Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Lizwe Nation. We are back again today on Tea with Lizwe. It is that time again when we are going to discuss some of our topic for today, and then we'll hit on the line in this Tea with Lizwe today. Thank you very much for attending and for adhering to the rules and condition of this Facebook Live. As we mentioned before, if you want to comment, you can put your comments down below. If you want us to discuss a topic of discussion that you require, you might just put that on the comment. Please take anyone who might be affected by this discussion that we are having today. Invite them so that we build a community. So we thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us today. And then we are discussing today, our topic is your survivor and planning for the recovery in this pandemic of COVID-19. And then what can we do as South Africans post this, especially in our tourism sector. So thank you very much and we welcome you. But before we do that, let us do our tradition. We're going to do this tradition in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of our Facebook Live. So we want to have some ground rules. The ground rules is we need to protect ourselves from this COVID-19 pandemic by doing what? By staying at home. So we need to stay at home, and then we need to manage the stress that COVID-19 might have on us. How do we do that? We must take a break from the news. Please, I saw one of my colleague yesterday, she was complaining that she's watching too much CNN news. So please, let us take a break from watching the news. Let us take care of our bodies by exercising. Let us make time to unwind. Let us just sit down, relax, do meditation. You can do your yoga and then all of that. You are just doing the unwinding. Let us connect with others. It does not mean when you are sitting at home, you cannot communicate with your colleagues. You must communicate with your colleagues using their Zoom. You can use your WebEx. You can use your go to the meeting and all of that. So those are the tools that are out there that you can use to connect with others. Zoom, yesterday we used Zoom to connect with the guys from Indonesia, the guys from Malaysia. We're discussing the guys from India, the guys from Russia. So that is what we were doing yesterday. So you need to do the connection so that we hear what the other countries are doing to deal with this pandemic. We even connected with a guy, Mario, from Italy. So in Italy, yesterday they were on lockdown for 45 days. And then we were on lockdown yesterday for 25 days. So today is our 26th day in South Africa on lockdown. So that message is brought to you by the South African government. So you take a break from the news, take care of your body by doing the exercise, make time to unwind. And then what you do again is you connect with others. So that is what we need to do to help our South African government. And then stay at home, as I've mentioned. Every time you're coughing, you must cough into an elbow or a tissue. Avoid going into crowded areas. Wash your hands with soap or sanitizer. If you have a fever or difficulty in terms of breathing, please seek medical attention. But before you can do that, you must call a medical doctor. Please let us do that. This message is brought to you by the South African government, as I've mentioned. So, this is us. We are Lizwe. I'm Lizwe, and I help engineering executives. I help businesses to make sure that they get their return on investment by optimizing their people, processes, and systems. If you do not have the three in your organization, you are not going to see any growth. You need to measure what is coming in, measure what is going out as well. So you need to be careful in terms of how you do people management as well. I've already mentioned that COVID-19 has already changed the ball game. It is starting now to talk about your working at home policy. So those are the things that needs to be looked at. It is talking to your Occupational Health and Safety Act in terms of employees who will get injured at home while they are doing the duties of the organization. So those are the things that the Department of Labor will start communicating, will start putting in their procedures or guidelines as well, in line with your Occupational Health and Safety Act of South Africa, in line with the workplace, and then now with the included benefit of working at home policy as well. So let us go to our survival and how do we plan in terms of recovery from the COVID-19. So what we need to do is we need to know that we must have a survival and planning for our industry, especially the tourism one. So the first thing that the tourism guys, when they do the survival and the planning of their recovery strategy, the thing that they must do first is they must redefine their sales strategy. So how do you do the redefining of the sales strategy? So you avoid massive discounts that will impact your brand. So that is what you need to do. Massive discounts that will impact your brand in the long term, so you must just avoid them. Save any marketing budget for initiative. So you must save the marketing budget that you might be having for that new initiative as well. Remember, what you are doing is you are trying to redefine your sales strategy. So that is what you will try to do. Let me give you an example of that one. There's the Eka hotels in Bangkok. They are now renting some of their rooms as offices. So if you look there, they are trying to sell their rooms to people who need a private office. So that is what the hotels must try to do now for the day. So you're just renting it out for the day as a private office. So that is what you can do. And then they are booked for 8 hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. as well. So the rates there are valid for one person per room, and then they can start from any amount that you might want. So that is one of the strategy where the hotels, because remember, this is an industry that is going to be impacted as well by the COVID-19 pandemic. No one wants to travel anymore. So rather use it as a private office for now. So that is what they are doing. And then that is strategy number, is to redefine your sales strategy. Strategy number 2 is you must refocus existing customers. We already have customers that are there. We can just look at companies that are very big. For example, I mentioned Sasol in South Africa. Sasol, we know they are doing petrochemical, they are doing your oil, they are doing your diesel and all of that. But what has COVID-19 told them? It has told them that we can go into sanitizing department or division. So they have to have now customers that are going to be your commercial shops where they are going to order sanitizers from Sasol. But those sanitizers must be approved as per ISO 9001 or SAPS standard as well. So you need to refocus your existing customers. So that is what you do by maintaining the relationships, and you must show again empathy. In this time of COVID-19, all the organization must show empathy to say, okay, we are with the government of our people. We need to make sure that the problems that are at hand, we help our government to solve those problems as well. So that is what you do. Discuss your post-pandemic plans. It is important that with the current customers you have, you must discuss some post-pandemic plans that you might be having as an organization. So that is what you will do. For example, let's look at this one. This one, there's a company called Singapore Airlines. They are doing that one. So what Singapore Airlines is doing is they are offering a bonus for those who are rebooking with them. So that is what they do. And then once they do that, they are giving them full refunds as well. People who have booked with Singapore Airlines, they are giving them their full refunds. So that is one of the strategies that they are putting out there to show that they have got empathy. They don't say, no, you've booked, you've lost. I was just sensitized by another issue here of student rooms in the Free State province, where the landlords call the parents. We know that the children or the student has been at home for a period of a month now, but the landlords are still calling to say we need payment of those rooms. If we don't get payment, we are going to now kick your kids out of those rooms. So that is a sensitive issue we need to look at as well from the renters sector as well. So we said the first one is you must do the redefining of your sales strategy. The second one is you must do the refocus of your existing customers. And then the third one is this one. You must do the reinvention of your business operation model. Reinvent your business operating model, because COVID-19 has come up with a lot of changes that we need to adhere to. We need to reinvent our operational business model, review your portfolio and offerings. So some of us, we are going to include a lot of things that we are going to offer now, especially on the essential side, which I've discussed yesterday. Align new customer behavior as well. So with your new customers, you need to have an aligned behavior in terms of that. So let's give you an example of that one. An example of that one is the Suzuki. The Suzuki car, they've got an old model that is there. They've just reinvented that model to 2019. And then a lot of people are using that model. But that model was designed in 1993, but they are having it in 2019 with the reinvention of that one. So that is what they are doing in that case. Or you can look at Airbnb, which is now selling online experience. Airbnb is looking to change customers' experience for online experience, even as hotels flood the digital landscape with free online content. So Airbnb is having its experience tours and activities business digital. So they are digitalizing it with online experiences as well. So it means some of the people that have went on any Airbnb, they will now get an in-person experience, even if we know that they are suspended now due to the COVID-19. So it means they will start now posting pictures of their customers and then the feedback and all of those ones in there as well. So that is one of the things that you need to look at when you do your reinvention of your business model as well. How you were doing things before, it is going to be dramatically changed now. And then the other issue that we need to look at is you must reimagine your new business opportunities. So you need to reimagine your new business opportunities. So you must shift to online momentum that is currently happening. You must use the likes of Facebook Live, you must use Instagram Live, you must use YouTube Live, those channels you must have. You must use Zoom, you must use Cisco WebEx, go-to meetings, because a lot of things in the tourism sector are going to be done this way. If we don't do it this way, we might fail. So everyone is saying that the world will change once the pandemic is over. New discoveries, there will be new discoveries, new beginnings. So there's a lot of things that we are going to see in that case. Let us now, before we go to another strategy, let us now thank our sponsor again, who is the government. Let us play their message in terms of how do we manage COVID-19 stress. You must take a break from the news. Please remember that. Take care of your body by doing the exercise, make time to unwind, and then connect with others. And then if you want to have a sponsorship channel here, you can call us or put a comment in there. We can do a 15 seconds introduction of your organization in line with what you are providing, and then the rest will be done from our side. So that was the message from the South African government. And then, like we said, if you like our Facebook Live, please comment, like, tag a friend, and then follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok as well. So there's a lot of avenues where we can follow us. So these strategies, that we've mentioned 4 strategies in terms of how we need to relook at our business. So there must be an immediate solution for all of those strategies, especially in the tourism sector, in order for us to be well prepared to open the country. So we need to do what? So what we need to do is we need to temporarily switch our relationships in terms of how we were behaving before. Be ready for a brand new experience perspective, especially when it comes to the creativity in line with your small medium enterprise businesses, because small medium enterprise businesses are now going to be the winners. As I've mentioned, your office space, your commercial office space are going to be affected a lot by the COVID-19. So we need to look at things like that. So the SMEs must be ready to grab these opportunities that is brought by the COVID-19. There's a positivity in line with COVID-19 because it is an eye-opener. For others, it will be a leveling ground. For others, it will be an eye-opener. For others, it will make them millionaires in this case. So you must train your team and personal training equipment to battle this, to go into this playground and battle. So it has given us that opportunity as well. So if you look at your immediate opportunities post COVID-19, what will they be? So we will look at that one. So domestically, we need to raise, but after the lockdown and then the country has been open safely, we need to raise the domestic and regional tourism. So that is what we need to do. We need to raise a small medium enterprise as well. We must give those guys the opportunity. But I think with the relief fund that the government is doing, there's a lot where we are going. Remember, there's a relief fund for the tourism sector. There's a relief fund for the agricultural sector. There's a relief fund for small business, SMMEs as well. There's a relief fund from the Rupert's family, relief fund from the Oppenheimers, relief fund from Motsepe Foundation. So there's a relief fund from all organizations, even Vodacom is there. So there's a lot of opportunities in South Africa. So we still yet waiting for someone that is telling us that they've received that one, so that they can come maybe in our program and say, no, we are one of the guys that got the relief fund from this institution and it is working. We've been paid, but let us not use those funds for our own benefit. Let us use them for their right intent. Remember, their right intent, especially the UIF one, is to make sure that employees are paid. As an employer, you are leveling off your payment with your employees as well. You are helping your employees. So those are the things that we need to do. If it is an agricultural fund or relief fund, it must be specifically for the animals, the feed, the vaccination, your employees in that agricultural sector. That is what it's meant for, not for you to use it for your own things. But I like what the government of today has done, because they are saying councillors that are seen using their funds must be prosecuted or taken to court. So that is very good. I'm mentioning this because I see that we have, thank you very much, the Honorable Executive Mayor of Msunduzi Municipality, Mr. Mzimkulu Tebola. He's here with us. Thank you very much, our Honorable Mr. Tebola. Yes, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much, Nicholas, for joining us as well. And we thank everyone who has joined us. So we need to raise hidden talents in tourism. There's a lot of things that we can do in line with tourism that needs to be unraveled and then be out there. So this is going to help us in doing that. And then with that said, I think we have touched on survival and the planning for the tourism sector, redefining the sales strategy, refocusing the existing customers, reinventing the business model, and then the reimagination of the new business opportunities that the COVID-19 has brought. So we must embrace this opportunity to say, this is a new thing that is coming. We must accept it with our full hands from all over your healthcare center, your manufacturing, it can be your agricultural sector as well. You must fully accept it, and then you must do as per what we have discussed here. And then thank you very much for joining us today. And then we'll close with the message from government to say we must please manage our stress in the following way. Let us take a break from the news. Take care of your body by doing the exercise, make time to unwind, and then connect with others to hear how are they progressing. This is a message from the South African government. What I've forgotten is do not entertain fake news. Let us listen to reliable information from the reliable sources. Your reliable sources will be your World Health Organization, your Department of Health, the Minister of the Department of Health in South Africa, and then you will get another information, your John Hopkins University. So those are the reliable sources. And then thank you very much for joining us today. With that, we thank you very much, Lizwe Nation. Till we see you again tomorrow. Thank you.